Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. Welcome to a new installment of videos from the greatest fantasy league on the web, Daddy Dink's Backyard 40. I'm your commish, Daddy Dink. Hopefully I can break down a few things for you. This video is entitled Keeper 101. So we're going to start off by checking out the Constitution that talks about our keeper policy. Basically, you're allowed 3 keepers, and those guys their keeper position is based upon where they were drafted or acquired last year via trades or free agency. Free agents are going to be 20th to 22nd round keepers, depending on how many free agents you keep. You can keep a guy for a maximum of 2 seasons. So if a guy's not on your roster right now, that's because he wasn't eligible. I already dropped him. So you really don't have to worry about that. The only thing that acquires for is later on in the season, if you should trade a keeper, the guy you trade him to can't keep him next year because contracts go with the trades. The important stuff, though, as you can see, you cannot keep more than 1 player at any position. So you can't keep 2 running backs, can't keep 2 quarterbacks. Not sure why, but you can't keep 2 kickers. You also cannot keep more than 2 offensive players, and you can't, or 2 defensive players. So you can't have a quarterback, a wide receiver, and a running back be a keeper on your team. Kickers are special, we all know that, so they really don't count towards anything other than your keeper tally. If you do decide to keep 2 offensive or 2 defensive players, only one of them can be in the first 10 rounds. And we'll get into that when I show some other screenshots. First, we're going to take a couple examples, and we're going to look here at Ozzy's disciples. If he were to keep Matt Ryan, that would be his 2nd round pick, and Matt Ryan's a quarterback. Because he's keeping Matt Ryan and he's a keeper in the first 10 rounds, he can't keep his 4th round or his 5th round or his 6th round pick because those guys are all also offensive players. He could keep Dwan Landry, though, because he's a defensive guy, and you can have an offensive and a defensive in the first 10 rounds. Let's look at another example. Snake Eyes. He actually won the league last year, but we're looking at him because he's a guy that I know likes to play the waiver wire. So as you can see, Snake Eyes had quite a few guys picked up via waivers. Say he decides to keep Le'Veon Bell right there. Le'Veon Bell becomes his 22nd round keeper because he was a free agent acquisition. Because he's keeping Le'Veon Bell, who's a running back, he cannot keep his other running back. That goes to the 2 players per position rule. He could, though, come up into the guys in the first 10 rounds, and maybe he decides to keep Denny Amendola or the tight end from Cleveland. Only time will tell. Our third example, we're going to look at Cobra Kai. He was a guy who had some pretty sharp moves himself via free agency. Let's just say he decides that he wants to keep these 2 players here that you see that I've highlighted, RG3 and Stephen Ridley. Because he picked up Ridley first before he picked up RG3 in free agencies, that's why Ridley's name's above him. Ridley would be a 21, RG3 would be a 22. Hopefully that clears up any questions. If anybody does have any questions that this video didn't answer, by all means, please go ahead and reach out to me or Cecil or Jeff. They're kind of like co-commissioners. They also help run the league when I'm busy. I'm pretty much usually almost always around. If I don't get to the phone, I can usually answer you back pretty quick. Just about everybody on the league's on Facebook, so you can also reach out to other guys in the league if you got questions. I'm going to go ahead and take a couple more screen grabs of the actual roster file to help out those guys who were unable to open it. Keep in mind the keeper deadline is going to be the Tuesday it's at 1 week before the draft. So our draft is on 9/2. So that means that the keeper deadline is going to be Tuesday the 26th. Owners are responsible for marking their keepers. If you guys mark keepers that are not in accordance with the rules, I will be going in and checking rosters on the 27th. And if you keep guys that are not eligible to be kept, you're going to lose them. So if you tried keeping a quarterback and a running back that are both first 10 rounds, you're going to lose both of those guys. You've been warned. I think we got 3 more spots opened up. 2 or 3. I know one team definitely backed out, and we got a couple guys who still haven't paid. But if you guys know anybody that wants to fill those spots, the first people to come in with money get those teams. All right. Thanks for tuning in. I hope that was able to answer all your questions. Have a great night.